Let me quickly state that there is nothing new in what is being proposed. Constitutional evolution in Nigeria recognizes the fact that we have passed through this road before. So for us, it is not an uncharted territory or terrain. His Highness Emir of Gomi has eloquently elucidated the position pre-colonial and in colonial era. But we must also have it at the back of our mind that constitutionally, we have also had traditional functions assigned to traditional rulers. In the Republican era, 1960-1963, we had a House of Chiefs, and there were prescribed roles assigned to them. And chiefs in this context presupposes traditional rulers. And this went on until the advent of military in governance. And from 1967, when the unitary government of General Ironsi came into power, that was the beginning of the erosion of the functions, constitutional functions of traditional rulers. And again, followed by the 1976 local government reforms. But even at that, with the 1979 constitution, we also had some modicum of roles assigned to traditional rulers constitutionally. Only the 1999 constitution put everything in abeyance. So what is being proposed is nothing novel. It is nothing unique. What we should be saying is that there should be a return to constitutional roles for traditional rulers. It is nothing novel, like I said. And I believe that from 1999 till date, we have seen the relevance, the significance, the importance that the traditional institutions have played in maintaining the balance as far as the governance structure of this country is concerned. And this is something that we can never run away from. All that should be before us is how do we maintain this balance? In the light of the fact that we have the local government council as the third tier of government, wherein lies the roles for the traditional rulers. Are we going to have them again as we had them in the 60s, as a house playing legislative functions as well? Or do we need to carve out a special role for them, wherein they can also exercise a modicum of both legislative and executive powers? To say that we should have constitutional role, for me, it should not be restricted to our advisory capacity. It should go beyond that. There should be a constitutional imprimatur in what is being done by traditional rulers. Because the country seems to have recognized the fact that they are playing a very wonderful role in trying to stabilize the polity, trying to ensure that peace reigns all over the country. And we always notice that when the chiefs are down, the people in government always resort to them and call upon them to help them to stabilize the polity. So for me, this is just a question of how do we strike a balance? And I believe that it is not just striking a balance, it is ensuring that something fundamental is achieved through this bill so that we set up exactly what we are asking for, a constitutional rule. So for me, what before us is to work out the modalities. Whether there should be a constitutional rule or not, it's not the question. Because for me, the answer is purely in the affirmative. There should be constitutional rule. If not, then people may think that they are laboring in vain and they may not commit themselves totally to the functions that has been ascribed to them, and they cannot continue to function the way they are functioning as custodians of the culture of their people, the values of their people, and also custodians of the environment in which they found themselves. So for me, let us work out the modalities and see how we can take it further by trying to strike this balance as the need arises. I don't think the issue will be that of resolving conflicts. Apparently, there might not be. Perhaps that's the more reason why we should posit that there should be clear defined constitutional rule, because where that obtains, then certainly the issue of conflict will not arise. But rather, when we allow things to flow the way they are, then certainly we are having conflicts. I've listened attentively to the position posited by Emir of Gumi and of course the Chairman Council of Chiefs in Enugu State. And these are clear examples of where the challenges are. But having said that, I believe that what we should be aspiring to achieve is to clearly define what the functions should be. Perhaps if we have in the Constitution spelled out, there is herein established a council for traditional rulers, we may not need to elaborate so much further. Rather, there could well be a schedule in the Constitution that will now succinctly capture all the areas that the mandate of the traditional ruler will be required, and it becomes a mandate prescribed by the Constitution. If we do that, it can span both the legislative and can go to executive functions, and it can even touch judicial, if not quasi-judicial functions. Let me tell you, I have observed, it is not a matter of research. In the few months or 6 months I've been in office, I can say without equivocation that most of the disputes in my own community, indeed almost 80% of them, if not more, are resolved by traditional rulers. They don't get to the normal court system that we have. And that is quite enormous. But in a situation wherein, after resolving some of this conflict, they will now start another journey through the customary courts, up the ladder, even going to the Supreme Court, is a major challenge on its own. These are issues that need to be spelled out. That members of the traditional institution are not part of the security architecture in terms of members of the Security Council is worrisome on its own. That shouldn't be the case. These are issues that I also believe should be well defined by the Constitution under the shadow that will clearly define the functions, the composition, and the membership of the Traditional Rulers Council. If we're able to achieve that, I don't believe that there's likelihood of any form of conflict because things are clearly defined and delineated. Again, in issues of boundary demarcation and issues arising from boundary dispute, I believe the traditional institution, they have a role to play. And they play that so eminently well. And we cannot debate that. So here and there, we know that there are areas we can mention wherein, of course, we know that hitherto, there are representations in the Council of State. And that only evaporated after the 1999 Constitution came into force. It was there hitherto, it was there in 1979. Now, so we needed to have somebody. There's need for us to have somebody there that can articulate for us. It is not a question of using people when you want to use them. And at the apex where they need to articulate for their own people and on behalf of their people, being the custodians of the culture and customs of the people, they are nowhere to be seen. So I believe that the issue of conflict, I dare say, does not even arise. It is because of the conflict inherent that we're asking for the constitutional rule. Because once they are well articulated and well addressed constitutionally, there will be no question of conflict. If there is any, then the court will also interpret to make sure that the lines are well defined and the lines are clearly drawn. So that is my position as far as that is concerned.
Enuani.